What's going on, Blackfire? Welcome back. Happy Monday. It's your boy, Crypto Bro, back at it again with another edition of the daily live stream. Today is Monday, technically Tuesday, depending on how you view the day. It's Monday for me, but either way, happy Monday/Tuesday. And welcome back to the channel, where currently we're trying to construct some changes to the room. I don't know if you guys can see this here in the back. Nice big old black fire sign, courtesy of my mom. She made this as a birthday present for me, and it couldn't be any more awesome than it is. Had a beautiful weekend, everybody. Definitely had a beautiful weekend, and celebrated my birthday to the most extreme extent, and now we're back and busy at it again. Welcome To anybody that's new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. Any subscribers that we can accumulate at this given point is vastly appreciated / needed. And to any of the existing members here, I still have Elsa69 popped up on my fucking... I don't know why. I don't know why that this is an issue right now. I do apologize. That's gonna have to just stick it out for the stream. They keep popping up everywhere ever since I tried out this new whole streaming, editing BS stuff. I keep having problems with it, but the technical issues keep rolling, but we keep rolling as well. So I guess we're gonna cut right into it. We have lots of requests tonight, which is phenomenal. I am absolutely excited, but we're gonna start off the stream as usual with good old NASDAQ here. And I do apologize if I sound nasally tonight. I am having a lot of seasonal allergy issues today, and I must repent. We'll go ahead and stick with NASDAQ right now. What do we see? Lots of bearish divergence, obviously on the RSI here. Still ranging. We're still caught between this range here, between the all-time high and the current ranging low, all the way down at $14,900. As long as we're in that range, I'm going to be looking for consolidation. Nasty wick down. I bought about that 21 exponential here. Again, that 21 exponential providing a very, very good risk management point and a very, very good entry and exit point as well. If you are trading anything with NASDAQ right now, still looking bullish. There are a couple of issues from my perspective here. Declining momentum here on the RSI, obviously seeing rejection of the bullish control zone, followed by the breakdown below the negatively sloped exponential, now using it as new tentative resistance. We do have a couple of bullish divergence plays being played out. More importantly, this one right here, printing this higher low. This is a higher low in conjunction with the prior low here. So an uptrend, it still remains. Are we going to be looking for higher highs? This is a nasty bull wick, definitely telling us that the bulls still have a lot of power. That was a nasty wick here, resulting in a nasty reversal style hammer candlestick here. So I will be interested in seeing what price action does from here. But from a stochastics perspective, we got that critical cross right here, back below the 80 read, basically signifying, hey, we got ourselves a potential sell here. Now, do I take that as a sell? No, that's only one of the one of the conditions that we're looking for a potential position here, at least from my perspective. RSI looks like it's flagging, to be quite honest with you, after this intense run to the upside. Nice consolidation phase. Obviously, that's what we're in right now. So that's kind of how I'm looking at NASDAQ. I'm curious to see what price action does from here. Albeit, I'm going to go ahead and eliminate this buddy right here. Yeah, there we go. So we're within the greater scope of a range, right? So we're consolidating, and we're waiting for consolidation to resolve, either to the upside or to the downside. Both are very valid. Both are probable, in my opinion. For now, the all-time high resistance being 15,180. If any candle closure above that is confirmed, I will look for a back test to confirm it as new tentative support before looking for an extension all the way up to the 1.272 Fibonacci extension, somewhere around $15,500, right? $15,500, give or take a few dollars, all the way up to that target would be my next hypothesized price range for this asset. And on the other hand, while this support is important, I am looking at the 21 exponential more importantly, obviously, because that's where my that's where the premise of my strategy lies. I'm going to be waiting for any kind of candle closure below the 21 exponential, upon which I will look for an open and closure to confirm it as new tentative resistance before looking for a move, probably below this, all the way to this prior low here, somewhere around this region, right around 14,000. We'll just call it 14,600. Give or take a few dollars, and that's where I'll start be looking for a potential downtrend here in formation. But a downtrend we do not have. We do have a lot of bearish divergence plays that have already played out on the RSI. Definitely a sign for concern after 3 stabs of bearish divergence here. Potentially looking for a fourth if we do see new highs printed without RSI printing a new high here. That'll be another drive of bearish divergence to be aware of here that likely plays out. And on the opposite hand, depending on the force that we potentially see this resistance break here, I'm gonna be looking for momentum oscillators to react accordingly, right? If I'm confident that we're gonna see some major booming to the upside, I want to see momentum oscillators do the same, right? I don't want to see any more bearish divergence plays, and if I do see bearish divergence plays, a fourth drive will be definitely concerning from my perspective. Again, decreasing RSI while price action continues to increase is a sign of waning momentum from the bullish side. So take it as you will. That's kind of how I'm looking at NASDAQ right now on the daily. Again, still above the 21 exponential, so there's no sign for concern. However, this is a pretty good fake out play here. Let's see if this lines up with my potential risk management here. No, it doesn't. Wow, that's 2%. 2% looks a lot bigger on NASDAQ than it does on Bitcoin, right? Wow. So if you were managing your risk 2% off the 21 exponential, your exit point would be all the way down here at 14,700. So, if you're in a position you didn't get faked out, if this was Bitcoin, this little wick below the 21 here probably would have shaken me out. That'd probably be 2% on Bitcoin, but it is what it is. NASDAQ still bullish in my opinion. Yeah, we do have some concern as far as momentum oscillators are concerned, but until I see some kind of proof of a reversal here, I'm still going to be looking for the upside here. And with price action bouncing off that bullish divergence call, it'll be interesting to see what price action does. But for now, we are ranging. It is technically a range until proven otherwise. Obviously, we have plenty of touches of the bottom side support and plenty of touches of the top side resistance to confirm it as a range. So a range is a range until the range comes to an end, either to the upside or the downside. And that's kind of how I'm looking at NASDAQ. We're going to move on to SPY futures here. Oh, new all-time highs! Ooh, do we have that extension? I'm going to go ahead and mark that off here. I'm going to mark the extension target off here just for relevancy here, but continuation is my main disposition for SPY futures here. Nice back test confirming this region as support once again. I'm going to get rid of this. Too convoluted here. That makes more sense. We do have a little bit of resistance. Obviously, new all-time highs here being printed in on SPY futures. I'm seeing a little bit of a pullback as a result. Again, nothing out of the question in my perspective here. Price action remains above the 21 exponential here. Let's see what Stochastic's doing. Stochastics giving you a little bit of a cross in the critical zone here. Again, no sign for concern from my perspective, at least until we see a cross below the 80 read. This is very extended right now, still remaining in bullish control, obviously with price action continuing to the upside. Do we have any bearish divergence plays to be aware of? Potentially we have a bearish divergence call to be aware of. Again, not confirmed, but could be confirmed with any top call here on SPY futures. If we do get a top call and some decline, we will have a bearish divergence to pay attention to on the stochastics here. This being your higher high, this being your lower high, while price action prints a higher high followed by another higher high. So there is a potential for bearish divergence to potentially play out. However, it's a little well and far away for me to be calling here until we see a top print. Let's see what the RSI is telling us. Little bit of a rejection of the bullish control zone here. However, it is the first step successfully into the bullish control zone since the 6th of May. So there is a little bit of excitement to be. Why is my shit all shitty? This always happens to me, guys. I always come into my charts and all of my plot points are all jacked up. We do have a long-term trend line that is still very valid here. And as far as RSI is concerned, stabbing into the bullish control zone is a little bit exciting, and to be quite honest with you. Positively sloped exponential is also exciting. Maybe see a little bit of a back test, confirm a support before looking for extension to new all-time highs, which is my main disposition. I am going to be looking for new all-time highs, especially if we can take out this soft unconfirmed resistance right around 44.73, right? Continuation to the one spot 272 is going to be my next target, my next area of interest that I'm going to be looking for, somewhere around 45.30. Give or take a few bucks here and there, but that's going to be my main location for price action. Again, unless we see an open and closure below the 21 exponential here, at which point I will look for more of a pullback all the way to this region here, first and foremost at 43.76, and likely much lower all the way down to this region right around 4,300 even. Again, if we do get a close below an open and close below the 21 exponential, I'm likely going to be on downtrend watch. For now, I'm actually on higher low watch. unless we just see straight continuation with price action here through the roof. Absolutely vertical with the 21 exponential here. So there's a lot of power in this market. It is significantly increasing day in and day out. So very exciting stuff here. The market's been exciting for, God knows how freaking long, since the coronavirus crash. So enjoy it while it's here. The trend is your friend until the end, and that's where I'm going to leave that one. Let's check out Dow Jones, new all-time highs. New all-time highs, bouncing off that region here, that breakout point, confirming it, more to the point as new tentative support here. I like this signal a little more, just because we actually have a little test, right? We actually have a test to confirm it as support rather than just straight continuation like we saw in this formation here. So I do like that signal here. I do like that call, and I will be looking for extension of the 1.272 here. We'll go ahead and mark that off as another area of interest. Seeing a little bit of a pullback from this region would not be out of the question, but looking at RSI, after all that bearish divergence was played out, we finally have a break of the 50 read here. I don't know what the hell. All of my trend lines are jacked up. We do have a break of the 50 read here, so I do look at this more or less very, very, very good, very constructive for price action here, alongside a positive slope on the exponential here being created. Very, very, very juicy stuff in my opinion here. So unless we take out the 21 here, which is perfectly aligned in my opinion with this support region here, unless we see an open and closure below that, I'm actually going to be looking up for this one. If we take out the 21 here, likely we break the bottom side of this, and I'll be looking for my first target to the downside to be somewhere around 34.4, we'll call it 450, right in line with the 886 Fibonacci level. So yeah, I mean, same disposition as NASDAQ, same disposition as SPY futures here, except NASDAQ is looking a little more beat up than SPY futures and Dow Jones. Stochastics, yeah, that coiling shit. This is your tell right here. When you get that coiling action in the critical zone, that's just telling you that the bulls are maintaining control for a constructive period of time. So the fact that we didn't see a fresh cross just yet, not saying it's not possible, but just yet, just continuing onwards and upwards, printing new highs. No sign of bearish divergence to be considered here. Yeah, I'm actually more bullish on this than NASDAQ right now. So more power to it for that one. And again, based off of the simple strategy that I'm using, as long as we remain above the yellow 21 exponential, I have no reason to be looking down, right? I have no reason to be looking down just because that's the psychological barrier, right? This is the psychological barrier that I'm using for price action. Price action continues to close above the 21. I'll be looking for extension. So let's look at Dixie here. I'm actually curious. Do we have a higher low? We do have a higher low in formation here, but we did see this breakdown on the 12th here, just before the weekend. The 15th, my birthday. Back above the 21, 2 candle closures. Yeah, we're above the 21 exponential here, so a little bit of a fake, right? I would never have looked at this as a confirmed entry point for a short, just because I didn't and this is a perfect example of where you don't have confirmation, right? I want to make that very abundantly clear to everybody, is that I always wait for confirmation, right? We got this red candle, boom, down below the 21 exponential, right? That is a warning shot. Yes, that is not a take a trade shot, right? We're waiting for confirmation. And what do we get the very next day, or the very next candle, excuse me, on the 15th? A shot right back above the 21 exponential to basically tell you, hey, this is confirmed as support. We are using the 21 exponential as support. This is not a sell signal. So we got that. We got our secondary closure back above it. We could have entered on this point here. Boom. Nice continuation candle to the upside for now. Right now, I'm going to be looking for extension to test this resistance here at 92.78. And I want to see it break before I start looking for new highs here. We do have a higher low, but after a lot of bearish divergence played out. So I want to see RSI. If we do see price action print a new higher high, I want to see RSI also print a new higher high. That'll give me confidence that says, hey, the momentum's back in the bullish control, right? The bulls have momentum once again. They have the control. They're not losing momentum. RSI is not printing freaking bearish divergence, 5 freaking drives of it before seeing this impending, downside movement here. Stochastics, though, a little concerning with that cross below the 80 read here. So I do want to wait. Ooh, excuse me. I do want to wait to see if that one continues to decline, or if it starts to see support at the bottom side of the bullish control zone and curls back up. That is unless we are below the bullish control zone. I don't think we are. Let's see. No, we still have a little bit of time. Not enough time, but a little time. And see, even if we stab a little bit below, we could still curl back above it and still confirm that region as support. So, you know, it all depends on what price action does. For now, if it were me trading, this is a signal. This is a confirmed signal from my perspective on re-entry for the L21 exponential moving average strategy. How I would mitigate my risk, obviously, I would have entered on the closure of this candle, maybe the open of this candle, and then went 2% below the L21 exponential here for my risk management point, which, wow, that's the man. I gotta zoom out for that shit. The percentages are a lot more sensitive on Bitcoin. I'll show you guys it perfect. I gotta go even more. And see, this is why I don't play with the US dollar index, man, because that's a 2% like what, the whole fucking move? Yeah, see, I don't know if I'd be comfortable with that. I mean, this asset moves in such low percentages as it is anyway. I mean, you know, what looks like a 4 or 5% candle on Bitcoin is only a, you know, not 0.08%. So, you know, it is what it is. But the simple fact remains, right? I want to keep it as simple as possible. We're above the 21 exponential with a confirmed closure, right? The red candle here is the confirmed closure. That is our confirmation candle above the 21 exponential here. I am going to be looking for extension to this resistance unless proven otherwise, which the proof otherwise would be a closure below and then a closure below the 21 followed by an open and closure below the 21 would be enough for me to say, hey, you know, the move's probably over, likely to come back down to these lower targets all the way down, you know, 92.1, maybe lower, all the way to 91.83. So as long as we're above the 21 exponential, I have no reason to look down. Yeah, that's gonna be it for Dixie. Let's move on. Let's check out the Hall of Fame real quick. Down. Yeah. See, this one printed another lower high with a bearish divergence call, still remaining below 21 exponential. My disposition remains the same and has remained the same ever since this move initiated below the bottom side of this blue box territory. Now we're seeing the exponential here, the 21 exponential also break below the box, which tells me downside pressure is on, right? Stochastics here. Boom, rejection at the top side of the bearish control zone here. Not a good look in my opinion. While RSI is, you know, putting in, you know, a bearish divergence call with a cross of the exponential here. I am going to be looking for, again, overall a move all the way down to this region here at $2.58. That has been my main target ever since we broke the bottom side of this box and confirmed it as tentative resistance. Yeah. I don't think I have any more outside of that to say, other than the momentum is definitely in the bear's hands right now on this asset. And again, it is a newer asset. It doesn't have that much history. It definitely has, you know, the rest of time to play out a bunch of price action. But for now, you know, the project's not even built. You know, the project's not even done, so you got to expect some turbulence within this market, right? The project's not done. There's no actual influx of cash for the Hall of Fame Village. So, you know, the stock's going to be, you know, turbulent. The stock is going to be very, very turbulent. And in my opinion, the $2.58, 57 cent region is a perfect target for this move for now. If we do see price action close below 258 here, confirm this region as new tentative resistance, I mean, we have the whole box to travel, in my opinion, all the way down to roughly $1.97. Again, that's a little bit of hindsight trading, in my opinion, but you know, the 21 is 21, right? We got the position entry here, and you don't close it until you get an open and closure back above that 21 exponential, right? You got to play the strategy. You got to stick with the rules here. And this formation here, this price action has given me no reason at all whatsoever to think that it's going to pop back up and start being bullish again. And until proven otherwise, I'm absolutely bearish on this for a target of $2.57. So that's going to be my disposition on the Hall of Fame. If there's anybody looking bullish on the Hall of Fame, sorry. I am not, and you should not be either. You should not be buying with the intent of looking for upside, because there is no evidence supporting the theory that price action is going to go bullish again. Again, until proven otherwise. That's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying from my perspective. So that's the Hall of Fame. Let's check out AMC and MMAT, and then we're going to move on to Bitcoin and then requests. All right, so we got something potentially in formation here on AMC. Very exciting stuff here. We do have a technical uptrend, right? We have our, no, we don't. We have a higher low. No, we don't. This is a lower low. When's the last low that printed on this? I'm curious. This was the last low here. Before that. So yeah, this is our first low, right? This is our first low. We don't have a higher high or a higher low structure just yet on the daily. As far as I'm concerned, we're still below the 21. We are putting a lot of pressure on it, yes, but we are still below the 21, right? Until we get a break, close, followed by an open and close. I am not going to be convinced, right? Even if we get a stab above the 21 exponential with a close above the exponential here, we can still be looking at, you know, a rejection possible. I'm always waiting for that confirmation closure before I'm convinced that this is a real move. However, that does not mean things aren't aligned potentially for a position here. We do see RSI printing that low formation here, forcing the exponential back to a positive slope and a nice break of the exponential here, looking, you know, actually printing new highs here. So that is signal number one. Stochastics bouncing off the bottom side of the bearish control zone. Boom. Shooting right back up here. I want to see it print a new high before I'm convinced that that's a solid signal number two. Signal number three that I'm looking for, once again, open and closure above the 21 exponential. That will be enough to convince me that we likely have a move to this region here. I'm going to put that off. Where's the last high? Here. Yep. If we get an open and closure above the 21 exponential, I will be looking for a target move all the way to this region, and likely more to the top side of this region here, right around $43.63. But again, until I'm given the evidence, right? I'm always looking for evidence. I don't want to, you know, willy-nilly enter a trade because I could, you know, look back in an hour and get screwed in the pooch, right? So I want to wait for confirmation, and once I get that confirmation, I'll enter as closely as possible to the 21 exponential, followed by mitigating my own risk, right? Opening up, you know, a limit order 2% under the 21 exponential as my risk management point. Again, that's why I want to enter as close to the 21 as humanly possible, because if it is a real move, that risk management will be very precise. It'll be very clean, and it'll be very hard to get shaken out. But until that condition is met, you know, bottom side of the box is also another valid target, right around 32 bucks. We'll call it 32.50, right? Yeah, we'll call it 32.50. Right at the bottom side of the bottom, 32.25. Again, give or take a few cents here. It could be a very, very easy target for this price action. Again, if it decides to reject the 21 exponential here, curl back down, this could be another testing point. However, if we test this and hold it, we do have potentials for a higher low, right? We do have potentials for a higher low before price action continues onwards and upwards. Again, there's no crystal ball. There's no like, this is absolutely going to be bullish. I'm on the fence, right? I am neutral until given a signal, until given a case, right? Until I've been given enough evidence to build a solidified case that tells me, hey, your edge, your perceived edge tells you that the probability of a move up is slightly higher than a probability of the move down, right? And that's all identifying an edge is identifying, you know what potentially has the more probability, right? The upside or the downside or the consolidation or the neutral, whatever. But until I get those points confirmed, I'm remaining neutral. I'm not saying price action is going to come up, and I'm not saying price action is going to come down, right? I remain neutral until proven otherwise. And that's going to be my disposition on AMC. I wish I could provide more, but I think we're at the precipice here, right? We're at the precipice of, you know, we're at that one stage of potentially taking a position or not, right? If we reject, then it is what it is. Unless you're shorting, this could be a good entry if you're shorting. If we decide to turn around and plummet all the way through, this could be a decent entry for a short position. However, we still don't have confirmation of that either. We're right on the 21, and downside price action movement with a closure below the 21 will convince me that it's resistance. However, on the flip, an open and closure above, I'll be very confident in taking a position to the upside. Again, momentum oscillators are lined up for that, and price action is looking like it's ready to be lined up for that. However, I don't have confirmation, so I'm going to remain neutral on AMC. MMAT is absolutely getting shreked, and I mean shreked. I'm looking for extension to this low here, and likely new lows in my opinion. First target with $2.70 to the downside. Why am I convinced? Rejection of the neutral zone, never a good sign. with a fresh cross down. RSI printing in a bearish divergence call, looking to print new lows here on the structure overall, and crossing back below that exponential, confirming that exponential once again as tentative resistance. With a confirmed closure below support, right? So yes, I am looking for a little bit of a pop back up to test and potentially confirm this as new tentative resistance, but overall, below the 21, right? We've seen price action creep up, test resistance, reject, test resistance, reject, boom, downside, right? And now I'm going to be looking for a test of resistance before the down, or we could potentially even shoot straight down. I'm not putting anything off the table here for price action, but again, overall, $2.70 is going to be my main target for this price action until proven otherwise. The proof otherwise, again, look at this resistance. Damn it, I got the hiccups. Look at this resistance here. Perfectly aligned with that 21 exponential moving average here. I'm going to be looking for closures, open and closure above that 21 before I'm like, hey, yeah, maybe it's time to take a long. But momentum oscillator is definitely painting a decent picture, in my opinion, here of what's going on. Again, with that bearish divergence call, really just slamming price action through support here. Not a good look for MMAT with a potential target of $2.70. So that's kind of where I'm going to leave it. If it does, for whatever reason, probabilistically, it does close, open and close above the 21 exponential at any point, I will be looking for moves all the way back up to $4.81. However, I do believe that that's very, very, very unlikely. Again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It's just my own speculative opinion on the markets that I am trading. For now, I'm looking down. I'm looking down to the depths of stock market hell for this one. And now it is time for Bitcoin. And a few people, actually, this is one of requests. New range, resistance and support for Bitcoin, short term. So we'll do 4 hour. We'll do the 4 hour on this one first, right? That one was all funky. I don't know why. All right, let's go to the 4 hour. Let's check out the 4 hour. All right, so we definitely have a couple to talk about here, and I'll make them in different colors so that they're easily identifiable here, right? We're gonna put this one here, boom, and I'm gonna change this one to a thick, solid line, and I'm gonna make it bright green, boom, right? I'm gonna put one there. And I'm gonna put one right there. That's gonna be the range that I'm gonna be paying attention to here on the 4 hour, right? On the 4 hour, we technically have a higher low, but it does seem like the downside pressure is on with the candles closing below that 21 exponential here. Again, while it's not as heavily weighted on the 4 hour, my strategy, it is still valid on the 4 hour, right? We do have that break below the 21 exponential followed by a confirmed rejection and confirmation of resistance here, and looking at potentially confirming it as resistance once again on the 4 hour. Yes, we do have a higher low, but look at the RSI on the 4 hour here. Really looking weak here. Not really shooting up after that bullish divergence call was played out, and actually looking to confirm the exponential as new tentative resistance here. Not a good look for the 4 hour here. The bottom side of the range. If the bottom side of the range does break, I will be looking for this region here, 44,750 as my next tentative target for price action. Any closure below that likely plays into effect on the daily. But this is the range. This is the range here that I'm looking at. I mean, you could potentially say that there is a bigger range, and that would be valid, yes. But I'm looking at the current range. I'm looking at the current consolidation phase rather than the whole phase itself. We do have rising consolidation patterns here, so a little bit of concern, right? Little bit of concern. However, we do have a higher low. We do have support confirmed, and want to see pressure come to the upside. However, 4 hour does suggest more downside. Again, 4 hour rejecting the neutral zone here, and shooting right back down, confirming new lows. So the pressure, at least on the 4 hour, is to the downside, especially from the momentum oscillator perspective. And again, when in doubt, pull out. You look at the RSI here, you see a lot of downside momentum here, right? Slightly down. Pressure is starting to be pushed to the downside. So, bullish divergence call, played off the neutral zone here. likely this breaks, in my opinion. It all depends on what the next few candles do on the 4 hour, but it is a range until proven otherwise. And again, the bottom green line is the bottom side of the range, the top green line is the top side of the range. If we break the top side of the range, extension of 49,000 is going to be my next target here for price action, but a break below the range, and I'll be looking for targets much lower. But since I don't trade the 4 hour, boom, we're going to remove those. I'm going to fix my horizontals real quick. Back to my preferred style. Boom, 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 boom. And then I'm going to delete that. We're going to go back to the daily. Let's check it out on the daily. What is the daily telling us? Yeah, we do have a top. We do have a top with bearish divergence playing out. RSI definitely seems to be losing a little bit of momentum here. Stochastics also telling, pretty telling of some more downside potential here. But still within the deep within the bullish critical zone here, so I'm not concerned about stochastics. What I am concerned about a little bit is the RSI, but continuously pressing into the bullish control zone and rejecting. Boom, boom, boom. So what am I looking for here? I am on higher low alert. If we do take out this low here, right around 44,330. If we do take out that low, I will be looking for a pullback all the way to the 21 exponential first and foremost. And we would have a change of behavior if we do get a candle closure below the last prior low here. That would be indicative of a potential downtrend in formation. However, we're not there yet, right? We're not there yet. We're still above the 21 exponential here, so my position on Bitcoin is still extremely valid. And until we get an open and closure below the 21 exponential here, I am not going to be convinced of further downside price action. Just a little bit of a sell-off after a new high was confirmed. We did break support here, potentially looking to confirm it as new tentative resistance, at which point I will look for continuation down to this support level here at 44,700. Anywhere below that, I will start to get a little bit concerned, especially for the 21 exponential moving average strategy. So Bitcoin, where does it go from here? If we take out this new tentative resistance or confirm it as support, right? It's not confirmed as resistance until we close below it at this point. So we could easily see a shoot right back above it and move back above the, to new highs here. But it is resistance right now. It is resistance right now, especially if we get a closure below it, right? And again, my target is this region here. 44,700 would be my first target if we confirm resistance here. I don't want to do any hindsight. I don't want to do any hindsight on this. I want to leave that where it is, just because 4 hour is consolidating. What does the weekly look like? The weekly doesn't even look bad. A candle closure like this on the weekly though would be a little bit concerning, but stochastics on the weekly really just boom, strong as fuck. RSI on the weekly looking to print a new high potentially. The weekly does look constructive here. So again, nothing out of the concern, nothing too concerning from my perspective here. Are we looking at a little bit of a pullback likely? A pullback all the way to the weekly 21 wouldn't even be out of the question in my opinion. Pullback to the $41,000 region from a weekly perspective would still be bullish. That would provide the basis of potentially printing a new high low on the weekly chart here after this consolidation phase, and then boom, pulling back to the 21 exponential here, confirming a higher low. That would be out of the question here. But I'm a day, I trade the daily. Where's the 21 exponential line up for the dailies? 43, we'll just call it 43,450, right? A pullback to that region, again, would not be out of the question. As far as the 21 exponential strategy is concerned, we could see a nice significant bounce and a structural higher low being printed. This here is a structure, like this here, in my opinion, is a major low. Am I looking at this as a major low? It depends. It depends on how price action reacts off of it, right? That's one of those black and gray area questions. Is this a structural higher low? I want to say no. I want to say that we could see price action break below here and put a low on the 21 before shooting up. But I still have to play with my own trading rules here and say that if we print a new low on price action, we do likely see a little bit more of a reversal all the way to this support level here, which would be price action below the 21 exponential. So it all depends on how you look at it. From my perspective, I don't care. I don't care either way. I'm above the 21 exponential. I stay long until proven otherwise, right? I have my risk mitigated. And remember, every day, every time we get a candle closure, we see that 21 exponential tick. it ticks up just a little bit, right? Since price action's above it, we assume that exponential is going to tick to the upside. So what I do every day at closure, I adjust and see how little. That's what I wanted to show you guys. I actually have to zoom in to get 2% on this to be accurate here, and which I do every time the candle closes. I zoom in, I get my 2% right on the money. Boom. That's my risk management point. So even if price action went, did a pullback to like 42.8, I'd still be in the position, assuming the price action doesn't open and close below the 21 exponential. I will hold long as I'm above my risk management point, which is basically the 21 exponential. For now, maybe we see some stair-stepping action. Maybe we see some bullish action results from this. We do see RSI curling up a little bit. Printing new lows, yes, but even if we print a new low here, right, I would say that that's a higher low in comparison with this low and this low, and the uptrend in my eyes would be continuing in a continuing status. The only concern I have is stochastics continuing to fall with a potential break of that 80 read here. That will be that will be concern time in my perspective for a little bit more of a pullback on Bitcoin, but. For now, I'm just holding strong with my strategy, paying attention to price action, seeing how price action reacts to the to the horizontals, and going from there. Shorter term time frames, though, again, consolidation until proven otherwise. If we get a short term time frame closure above the 21 exponential here, I will be looking for a stab back up to like 47.5, maybe even a little higher to 47.9. We'll call it, and that wouldn't be out of the question. If we start printing new highs here on the 4 hour, I will be looking for extension of that $49,000 target, which is one of my take profit targets. So that's going to be it for Bitcoin here. I do believe it is time for the other remaining requests. What do we have? Fubo, short and medium. Higher earnings reported, yet price plummeting. That shit happens, dude. That shit happens. That's why I don't pay attention to stuff like that, because it doesn't always matter if it's good earnings or not. Fubo TV Incorporated. I'm gonna put some more nicotine in. Give me a second. Ooh, yeah. Earnings came out. Let's see what the earnings says. Hey, Corey, Steve, if you see this portion of the video, tell me where you got your information for Fubo's earnings, because Fubo did not get good earnings. They didn't get, it says 40%. Minus 40%, right? Minus 0.19 per share. I don't think that's 40% of this stock share, but standardized minus spot 68, as reported minus spot 68, estimate minus spot 49, surprise minus spot 19. They're all minus, man. I don't know if this thing's ever gotten good earnings. They all say minus, man. So maybe TradingView has it wrong. I doubt it. I don't doubt TradingView. But a lot of these earnings are negative, my guy. Split. Well, I want to test a theory. That's positive. Yeah. Fubo did not get positive earnings, man. Fubo did not get positive earnings, and that might be the reason why Fubo is declining right now. Fubo might have been, Fubo investors or traders might have been looking for potentially obtaining earnings, and then when they didn't get positive earnings, price action died. But as far as TradingView is concerned, dude, Fubo did not get positive earnings. Let me make sure. Fubo, shortened, yeah, Fubo confirmed, high earnings reported, high earnings not earned. They may have been reported, but they were not true. unfortunately, and that's probably why you're seeing a price action decline. When we do see price action currently closing a candle below the 21 exponential moving average strategy, and in this instance, this is one of those instances where it probably would have been smart to take the quick profit, right? Take the quick profit upon meeting a little bit of a test of resistance here, a nice take profit zone, and then mitigating your risk from that point. And again, anytime you do the 21 exponential strategy here, day by day. So on this day, again, I want to provide good examples for everybody. On this, right, we got the boom, right. Here's your warning shot fired, followed by a back test. Boom, secondary closure above to confirm it. 2% risk mitigated. We'll just call that 2%. Technically, you're just above your risk management point right now. It all depends on how this candle closes right now. Again, I'm trying to keep things as simple as possible. I'm paying attention to one moving average here, but there's a lot of evidence that suggests that this might come down a little bit more, right? We do have a higher high, right? That we do have a higher high and a higher low. So the potential for an uptrend is still there, but given the 21 exponential moving average strategy, I'll be looking for this to either support, right, with price action, rebounding and coming back above the 21, or testing it and rejecting it with a secondary closure below the 21. If we do get a secondary closure below the 21 to confirm it as new tentative resistance, I will be looking for price action to move all the way back down to its current lows, right around 25 bucks. And that's going to be my first target for the move to the downside. And again, assuming the price action remains below the 21 exponential here, and the momentum from the 21 wanes to the downside, I will be looking for future price action drops as a result for Fubo TV. A little bit of a fake out. Call it what you will. Call it bad earnings. Call it a fake out. Call it whatever you want. Wait for confirmation. Wait for confirmation. This is why it's so important to mitigate your risk, identify levels of take profit, and understand when it's time to GTFO, right? Understand when it's time to GTFO. And a secondary candle closure, again, if I was in a long position below that 21 exponential, is the time for me to say, wasn't the greatest trade setup. It's time to bounce out. So as far as that one's concerned, he said short term, right? Short term, let's check out the 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour says down. 4 hour definitely says more down. I'm actually looking for 4 hour to come all the way down to this region here, 26.70 as its first potential target. Maybe a little bit lower to the top side of the consolidation range, right around 26.45 would be my first target to the downside. Obviously breaking support. Maybe we see a little bit of a stab back up, test the 21 once again to confirm his new tentative resistance. However, we actually have two candle closures below the 21 with momentum oscillators here, really forcing to the downside. Stochastics, nice beautiful tell here. That was time to short right there, plummeting to the downside. Ooh, hi, what about Bitcoin for today? Can you do the 4 hour? I can. I'll do that right after this request here. I did just do Bitcoin, but I will most definitely cover that bad boy again. Yeah, dude, as far as the 4 hour for this one's concerned, back into the range, man. We're back into the range. That's actually confirmed on the 4 hour. So I'll take it with a grain of salt. I hope I don't piss anybody off with that analysis today, but I'm not looking for any price action movement to the upside. Again, unless convinced otherwise, and you can be wrong. I'm fucking wrong all the time, but that's why I focus so much on risk and position management and take profit levels, because if I am wrong, I'm not going to lose that much ever on any trade. So that's going to be it for Fubo. Again, on the daily, warning shot has been fired, my dude. Warning shot has been fired. Unless we recover and print a higher low, I'm going to be looking for the 21 exponential here to act as new tentative resistance. And until proven otherwise, that's my disposition on that one. That's Fubo. Let's swing back to Bitcoin here. He said 4 hour. Let's actually go to a different chart here. Let's check out XBT. No, that's my dyno. Haha. Yeah, this is a fresh chart right here. We're gonna go to 4 hour, identify a couple of levels here. Actually, let's see if we have any patterns. We're gonna play around. I don't trade the 4 hour that much, so I'm not as inclined on the 4 hour. Do we have a triangle? An ascending triangle. Oh boy. No, to be truthful, I am going to be looking for resolution on this formation here soon-ish, right? Soon-ish. I mean, we could even extend that. Can we extend it? No, that's the formation right there. So we do have a little bit of a ascending triangle formation here on the 4 hour, and using the bottom side line as support and the top side as resistance. We have plenty of touches to confirm this as a pattern here. I'm not much of a pattern trader, but for those who do trade patterns, you probably agree with me that this is a legit pattern here. What we do see here is declining momentum here on the 4 hour RSI, right? We got stab, 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 stab. 4 stabs of bearish divergence, and plenty of stabs of the bullish control zone here being rejected, forcing RSI back below the exponential here, forcing it negative and confirming it as tentative resistance. Yes, we got a little bit of a stab above it here, but I'm considering this here as a rejection of that exponential. Boom. Nice little stab of bullish divergence on the 4 hour from the neutral zone here. However, we do see waning momentum with the RSI still pointing to the downside. I am curious to see how price action plays. Let's get some horizontals. We do have a range to be aware of. Boom, there's your top side, and then boom, here's your bottom side. Technically, we have higher low from this low. Not from this low. We actually have a change of behavior with this low, lower low here. Maybe this is a 4 hour downtrend. No, it's consolidating. Don't get confused. Don't be all wishy-washy, Brian. What the fuck? All right, realistically, man, I'm waiting for resolution. Whether you're looking for resolution on a pattern or looking for resolution on the consolidation above or below a specific horizontal, it's consolidating right now. It is clearly playing a range. I'm not looking to the upside or to the downside. Although Momentum Oscillators paints a picture that says, hey, maybe the downside is more likely, we don't have price action confirming that. And that is the number one thing for traders to realize is the most important, is candlesticks. Candlestick body closures are the most important factor when considering price action movements as possibilities here. And the possibility for me right now is range continuation until proven otherwise. We have a bottom side support on the 4 hour. Damn it, I got an itch. Fucking mosquitoes. Bottom side support on this region here at 45,700 to be aware of. Maybe I can move that up a little bit. Yeah, 45,700. And the top side resistance being 47.9. If we get a candle closure above 47.9, I will look for extension all the way up to 49,000. However, if we do get a candle closure below 45,750, I will be looking for the first target here. Again, this is on the 4 hour. I'll look for a stab here, but likely lower to this region here, all the way down to 44,200 bucks, and that's the 4 hour for me. Again, because it's consolidating, I'm not too concerned. I'm not like, it's time to put in a position, right? And I don't even play the 21 exponential on the 4 hour. I'm not saying the 21 exponential isn't relevant, right? It's definitely a valid strategy on the 4 hour. In my opinion, it has more strength. More validity on the daily time frame. So as far as the 4 hour is concerned, I'm not even regarding the 21 exponential. I'm just waiting for this range to come to a resolution here. And if we do look at this triangle formation here, we do see potential resolution all the way up on the 20th. So we could continue to consolidate all the way up until that point, but I would be looking for resolution of this pattern somewhere around the 20th. Again, if this pattern continues to play out. From a daily perspective, though, a little bit of a pullback after confirming a new high. Nothing too out of the question. It is a little concerning that we see closures below new tentative support, potentially going to be flipped into new tentative resistance, but that doesn't sway me. That doesn't sway me at all. I'm on higher low alert. I am on higher low watch, so long as we remain above this low here. And that would be 44,370 is the price target that I'm looking for to confirm a new low. Any closure above this, the uptrend remains valid, right? The uptrend remains valid. Even if we see price action come all the way down to this region here and test this again, as long as we close above it, it will be support and the uptrend will remain valid. We could even see daily consolidation start playing out here. That wouldn't be out of the question here. This has been a very, very powerful move. I do think this move has been extended for quite some time. So seeing some kind of cool off period, some kind of consolidation period as a result for Bitcoin here, reaching new highs wouldn't be out of the question. But again, the 21 exponential. The 21 exponential is going to be the contributing factor that tells me to stay in or get out. And a candle body open with a closure below the 21 will be the signal that I need to get the fuck out, get the GTFO. And upon that signal being confirmed, I'll open up a short and await targets to the downside. So that's going to be it for Bitcoin. I think we have a couple more requests. MMAT, I already did MMAT. Oh, he wants short term though. Let's do MMAT short term. Down. Fucking down, mate. Straight fucking down. Again, in the short-term time frames here, pretty much perfectly correlate with the daily time frame here. Again, seeing this consolidation phase, stabs above the 21 on the 4-hour, get rejected at this resistance line. The bears obviously have control for MMAT. We do have confirmed resistance below this region here on the 4-hour, $3.18. I am, again, looking for new targets lower. Did we print a new low? We printed a new low on the 4-hour. So even on a 4-hour perspective, I'm going to be looking for price action to come all the way down to $2.70, first and foremost, before likely a bounce, and then likely continuation following that. Daily paints me a better picture. Again, stabs up to the 21 exponential, up to this resistance, getting rejected. We do have a perfect resistance, perfectly aligned with that 21. So staunch resistance at this region here. Candle closure below tentative support, potentially flips into new tentative resistance. We likely see that confirmed tomorrow. Again, stochastics cross. Rejecting the neutral zone. Rejecting the neutral zone is never a good sign if you're bullish. And then RSI printing bearish divergence here and crossing back below this exponential, forcing it to become negative once again. Downside, in my opinion, is more likely to the $2.70 region here for MMAT. Not looking too hot. And again, a 21 exponential being the catalyst, the absolute catalyst to all of these assets that I'm looking at here, being very, very, very powerful as a strategy here, telling you, hey, it's not time. It's not time to go long here. It's time to be patient. Again, if you're trying to play the long game, it's time to be patient. It's time to wait for your actual signal to get in long. But if you're playing short, opening a position at this $3.78 region here probably would have been a really good decision. That's gonna be it for MMET. Timber's gonna be the last one for the night. No, we got two more. Timber and Wish. Okay, let's do Timber here, medium. TMBR, that'd be the daily. TMBR. Timber Pharmaceuticals. Oh boy. This is why risk management is so important. Just because I'm confident in a strategy does not mean the strategy will 100% work 100% of the time. So we got a little bit of a fake out, right? Got a little bit of a fake out. Technically, you would have lost as soon as you enter. Here's your confirmation candle back above, followed by a swift psych, fake out, sorry, and then a confirmed closure below the 21 once again. I'm looking down. What's more concerning is that we have a rising RSI here, playing out a lot of bearish divergence. Still using that exponential as support here. However, things are a little dire. Where's the low? This is the low. This isn't a low yet, but this is the last low. We close the candle right on that. That's close. Close a buck. Close a buck. So we got this low here closing on $1, and then this candle here closed on exactly $1. I don't know what the fuck to say about that, man. I don't know. Low, high, low, high, low. This is an uptrend. Confirmed. High. This was the low. High. You know what? All right. Honesty time. So, barring the strategy, right? Based off the strategy that I use, I have to aim down, right? I have to aim down. But what if that'd be a double bottom, right? I'm gonna have to do research on that. Two lows confirming on the same level, right? I'm gonna turn off the indicators here. Look at this I'm gonna zoom into this. Right, here we got price action. Here's your low, right? Here's the start of the uptrend. This is an uptrend. Yes, it is an uptrend. That much is confirmed, right? Here's your low, and then travel over to this candle. Here's your high. Travel over to this candle. Here's a higher low. Travel over to this candle. Here's a higher high. Travel over to this candle. Here's your low. This low closed at exactly $1. If you look in the top right-hand corner of the screen where it says L, it says $1. C close $1. And then we get a high. This high closed at $1.06. This one closed at $1.06. It's consolidation. It's consolidating. That's what it is. No matter how you cut the chops, it's consolidation. I've never seen. So if this turns into a low, this will be the first time I've ever seen a high close at at one price, the low close at a price, and then the second high close at the same price as the prior high, and the second low closes the same price as the prior low. I've never seen that. I don't know what to make of that, to be quite honest with you. So I can't bullshit you. I don't know what the fuck that means. It is shocking to see that that these two candles have closed at $1 even here, and this could potentially boom up and confirm this as a low. I don't know what to make of that. However, turning indicators back on, what I do have to say is that we are testing tentative resistance right now and testing the 21 as new tentative resistance as well. If we do get, we got the candle body closure. Actually, we did confirm, this market is not open. We did test the 21 as new tentative resistance and confirmed, but we did see a break of this resistance here. So this is actually support, right? We do see support here. What does that mean for price action? Maybe we see price action continue to consolidate for a little bit longer. I'm actually going to move this down a little bit right here, and I'm going to move this one up. I'm actually going to get rid of that, remove, and I'm going to bring this down here. We do have a range, right? We do have a little bit of a range. Choppy stocks are so hard for me to analyze. They're not as clean. We're below, okay, fuck it. We're below the 21 exponential. I'm sticking to my trading rules. We got a break of the 21 exponential and a candle closure to confirm the 21 exponential as tentative resistance. I'm shorting. Not financial advice. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is my speculative opinion. This is what I would do. I'm shorting. I have the signal. I have stochastics here crossing down, rejecting the bottom side of the bullish control zone. I have RSI looking weak as shit, consolidating in the bearish neutral zone. Yes, we still have support of the exponential here, but lots of bearish divergence being played out here. So I have more than enough signals from my perspective. I have 1, 2, 1 and 2. I have 2 signals. I have 2 of the signals that I need to take a short, but the 21 exponential, breaking the way it did and confirming its resistance, that's enough for me to say, hey, you know what? Might as well give this a try. Risk mitigated 2% above. Boom, right there at about $1.05. $1.05 would be my risk mitigation here for the 21 exponential here. I would be opening a short here just based off of stochastics. RSI, yes, while it is rising, we got that secondary closure below the 21 exponential. So downside continuation, in my opinion, is more likely. But what is he? Medium. Yeah, I don't have any targets. I want to see how price action reacts. I'm actually in a stage of like, I don't know. I don't really know what's going on right now. I don't really know. So to be more confident in my decisions in an asset here, on timber, I would be patient. I'd wait for a signal here. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave that one. Let's look at Wish. Has it bottomed out? Has it hit a bottom support? If no, how low can it go? Been eyeing this meme stock for a while. Never bought in. Wish. Holy shit. Is it bottomed out? Oh, nah, dude. Oh, this could go lower. We have to clear the chart. All right, so we got entry, right? We got entry. Break 21, entry. Boom. Yeah, this one's printing new lows. RSI into the bearish control zone after that bearish divergence call. Wish is looking beat up. A bounce is possible, but the way this candle closed here, you know, we got to get Fibonacci retracements. Oh, wrong way, you douchebag. What the fuck am I doing? So we came close to the 1.272 Fibonacci retracement level here, and while it is indicative of a bounce, can I really call when there's going to be a low? No, not with the evidence that I have now, only because the RSI hasn't dictated a low, right? The RSI definitely dictated this bearish divergence top call, and then boom, switched to the bottom side, as well as stochastics here, rejecting the middle of the bullish control zone or the bottom side of the bullish control zone. However, we do not have evidence of a potential low in just yet. So with the indication that I've been given, I think this one could go much lower. I would actually look for the 1.272 to potentially break to the downside, and if that condition is met, I'd look for the 1.414 as the next potential target for this price action here, right around $5.72. Is this the only price action that this chart has? How long has Wish been out? Seriously? Yeah? Yeah, that's it? Yeah, it's a new stock. Looks like dog shit. It looks like dog shit. Wish is fucking dog shit. 7 times out of 10, when you order something from Wish, you're gonna get not what you purchased, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna order a motherfucking beach towel and get a fucking napkin. No wonder the stock's coming down. I didn't order a fucking napkin. I ordered a goddamn beach towel. Holy shit. All right. As far as price action is concerned, though, I mean, again, you know what? Maybe we should pop up volume, see what volume's telling us. Nah, I think this one has a little bit more to go, to be quite honest with you. We do have a huge volume spike on this, but I don't think it's from the green. I think it's from the huge gap to the downside that we saw. And then a little bit of the volume was the volume that was enough to push this back up. But it gapped down, continued to the downside. We're below the 21 exponential. I think this one's got a little more to go, at the very least, until I see a stop and reversal point, right? We want to wait for a stop and reversal. It's not impossible to time a perfect bottom. However, it's not the brightest idea to try to time a perfect bottom. You know, you're not always, 90% of the time, you're not going to time the perfect bottom, right? You want to wait for confirmation. And confirmation would be a low, right? A low actually being confirmed. And you know, this candle here, you know, say we get a boom, right? And we close above $7.40 tomorrow, right? Then we potentially have a low in formation. However, we have nothing confirmed. This is unconfirmed. I do think the bridge has been broken for this asset, and I do think further down is much likely. Yeah, Wish not looking too hot, guys. And I think that's going to do it for the stream, everybody. Anybody that came through and watched the stream today, thank you for being here. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. Back at it again for another beautiful week of Black Fire. I am going to head off of here and start working on the room for some visual awesomeness in the background during my streams. So I'm going to go and work on that. And until next time, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Stay happy.